Welcome everybody. I hope you're all amazing today. This is a reading for you. If you've clicked on this, this is for the conscious evolution. We are all shifting, awakening, in and out of different wavelengths. Right now, you be receptive to the energy coming in. The information is very clear, visions. Your thoughts will bring you to either a place of ego or either intuition. So pay attention. All right. So this is for you, collective. We are just starting Capricorn season. Let's see what's in store for the collective. Capricorn season. All right. So this is a message for closing out the year. Collective reading. Capricorn season. What is that to bring the collective? All signs. This is for all signs. If you feel drawn. Oh my gosh. Don't knock over the flame. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the cautiousness is in the air, the ring and the shapeshifter. Ring, I feel like, what are you focusing on? Kind of like the ring around something, like the ring around Jupiter. Right? It is something that surrounds something that comes to a circle, but it's also something that ties something else together, like a ring around something. Ring around. What are you? I feel like putting. Oh, I just heard put a bow on it. So what are you wrapping up? What are you wrapping up right now? Wrapping up could be like closing something, wrapping it up. Hey, let's wrap it up, finish it up. But I was also thinking wrap it up with a bow. You know, wrap it up. Something that is something that forms a barrier. Coming to a complete circle around a certain stage of the awakening, I feel like. So putting a bow on it, sealing that energy, ready to open up the gift of the present. And we're putting a bow, wrapping up something from the past. Putting it in a box and storing it away for whenever is needed. All right, collective. Okay, so let's get into these messages. So we'll start with one message and we'll see what happens. We're going to start with the root. All right, so this is all about your divine guidance. All right, so this is going to be based on the model of the spine as a vertical path towards divinity. The old yogis and sages have been known to say we are only as awake as our spine. All right, so what is like? This is like, what are you aware of? What do you need to work towards? So although this spread is simplified to represent only 3 ascending chakra centers, you can of course include all 7. Okay, so we're focusing on the root, heart, and the crown. So it's really giving you grounding and clear visions of what is happening within those energetic centers on the spiritual, emotional, and physical. All right, so thank you for these divine messages for the collective, always for the highest purpose of growth, love, and harmony. Thank you. Messages for the collective. The divine Divine spread. All right, so at the root, we have the empty room. Now, of course, we know, just like the number 0, people think, we normally think to be nothing. 0 is nothing, but actually 0 is unlimited. Because when you write 0 on the calculator, it's infinity. It never stops, the number 0, right? So what is an empty room? Is it truly an empty room, or do you need to look at a little closer for what you see is not as it seems? Look for the gaps in the physical. You're going to be noticing a lot more awareness, clarity, messages, so synchronicities. The empty room. What do you envision? Look at this card and use your own intuition. What do you envision? It's like a cube opening up, but this empty room really could just be almost looks like a cube, like it's in a room, but it also looks like this endless infinity when you take away the barriers, and it's just the lines, the pathway that you're going around, like, you know, and you're not actually in an empty room. You're not enclosed, you're not locked in, but yet the room, this is just merely walls. It's not a barricade. Beyond the walls, beyond the limitations. And then this is square. This tends to be in the box energy, so structure, rules, following a routine. And this is like going outside the box and creating new shapes, creating new points, corners. Each turn makes you to a different spot. So what is empty is really all the room for you to create your own. It's like not empty as in there's nothing there, but as in this is a blank canvas. And the empty room, this is clearing out the clutter, not seeing it as empty, but seeing it as potential to fill. Definitely thinking outside the box, the patterns. All right, so that's the root. So this is the foundation. The empty room is the foundation. So it pretty much came here, you're born into these cycles. I feel like this is like your core, your fears, your habits, what you could be stuck in, this empty room. You maybe feel like you're stuck in an empty room, but yet this is actually navigating what your primary energy can be. This is the point of your origin. So this is like, I'm really feeling you're here to create something new, a new foundation. You're not here to follow cycles. So this is the energy of, you're not here to follow. You're not here to do the same old thing. You're here to create, like wiping the chalkboard clean. The heart, we have the mountain. Okay, what do you see there? That reminds me of like the Northern Lights. So north, I think of mountain, I think of north, climbing mountains, journey through all these peaks, climbing to the top. It's been a long journey, but then you find your peace, you find a secret cave. You almost feel like you're not going to make it all the way to the top, but then you find a sacred place so you could have time to heal and rest. It's almost like within the journey, you will not be left astray. There will be lots of twists and turns for you to grow because you are achieving success, climbing these mountains, but universe has your back. Finding the doorway, finding the key in the mountain, finding a different way to climb the mountain, or to see this mountain, instead of being down here and looking at it like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get all the way up there? It's a different way to see the mountain as potential levels, not always having to fight to be at the top, but being content in where you are, and then having the energy to look around and really appreciate all you've grown. With north is your true north, your path, your journey. So maybe check in your chart where your north node is, and your south node. North node is in Aries, I believe still. I'm not quite sure. That is the point of the noble axis where the south node is what to heal. North node is the true north, so a purpose, journey, where you're going. That could be where you climb the biggest mountains, or you find your biggest achievements, like success. That's about the experience, not chasing the finish line, but having time to really bathe in the joy of your riches from the earth, and what the experiences you've learned merely from the beginning of an empty room, what looked like before as an empty room. You're awakening to your own potential, what you could fill this empty room with. All the different adventures and journeys, as far as you could see. You're creating, it's like painting a vision, being very creative and adventurous. It's like this, you're on this expedition beyond walls. What walls, right? It's like being able to see through the walls, like a glass house. It's like everything's being removed that was blocking. Now you can see all the different potentials of where you could move, where you could grow, but not all about what do I need to do next, but yet about being in tune with your mind, your thoughts, seeing something clearly is no longer being stuck in your mind, creating illusions. It's like completely detaching from limitations that were holding you back. Could have also been just that energy around needing to leave behind old belief systems from others telling you that's not possible, you know? And it's you're like defining what others said you couldn't do. You're not burning in the fire. You are growing confidence and strength within the obstacles and challenges, no longer looking at them as obstacles and challenges, but as experiences to learn. All right? So at the crown, so the heart is the mountain. This is what's currently in your heart. The challenges, what you overcome, your deep calling, deep longing. I didn't feel like the mountains were the conflict. Not knowing where to place your foot next, where to move. Seemed like everything was slippery. Unsure, unsafe, feeling like fear, you know, always taking you over. Like this mountain was keeping you in, oh, I can never do that. I can't do that obstacle. I can't, that's too hard. There's no way I can climb that. But it's like it's like rising above, out of the darkness that kept you in this gloomy energy. And the higher you went, you started to see like a different, almost more optimistic. Like, I can do this. And this feels like the energy of these lights. The green, the earth, blue in the air, the water. I feel like you have been grounded and emotionally grounded and emotionally available to step out to this territory of what was holding you back within your psyche. So without climbing these mountains and just staying at the bottom in the dark saying I can't do that, I feel like you would never, it's never being satisfied. But once you take the challenge and you realize the higher you got, the higher you were climbing, it would open up different levels, and it didn't seem as slippery and almost like you could see how it was almost like a flat ground in some parts where you could step. It wasn't as steep. You could see the path was becoming clearer, but you needed to step into this energy of feeling so unsure, like it's empty, because you don't, it's so unsure, you don't have anything to go off of, you're kind of just taking this leap and taking a step and being optimistic, being adventurous, exploring what's out there. And that's when you start seeing the lights, right? And the lights, they grow. So your deep longing, deep calling was to find the heart, find the connection with the inner power. The mountain can be cold and rocky, but this is like your heart is the heart of the mountain. It brings out this determination, this motivation. And it reminds me of the Four of Wands. It's a square and fire. Four of Wands is celebration. Celebrating that you can accomplish whatever you put your mind to. But it's all about starting with the first step of starting from ground zero. Zero, like the Fool, you're stepping in unknown territory, but it's unlimited possibilities. It's not the Fool, it's a risk taker. Like the Fool, it's a positive energy, it's adventure, it's Aquarius energy. Leaping into the unknown, uncertain. This empty room. But it's not a room, it's the heart of your journey. You conquering your fears is allowing you not to be stuck within this mountain energy, but allowing you to fuel this desire to conquer who you are and what you're meant to be. No longer stuck in lack, but you're grounding. All right, and the crown. All right, we have the Hunter. We have the Crone too. That's the one I pulled first. So I can look at both of them. So, all right, so for the Crown, all right, so this is the energy of the divinity within. This card represents the part of you that wants to reach beyond the self towards heaven. The crone. Ooh. So this is what is blocking your ascension. Gives you an idea of how you can serve the world. How can you serve the world with this crone? I feel like it's the energy of being wise, powerful, and strong. All right, so magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, wise. So that is your energy, what you bring to the world, your intuition. So this is all about the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden mother crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life, and giving life. So this is what you are here to be, that wise energy that accepts everything in devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. All right, so this is the energy that resides in you. Through the fear, you find your power in a conventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magical. All right, so if you're feeling isolated, know that you have the intuition. Be that wise. All right, bye.